All black, black card, all black, running with it. I can't hold them to always really good. Explain that. Going down the deep, back to the day. I'm going to so I get back. I can't even be the fight. For my stats. I'm talking about. I can't understand this bad. So every BB, turn up the I don't need nobody pressure on me. Mix it up, off and on. Sell up on the take the other side. They jealous. We gotta make it for the crowd. They gotta take it for the sellers. They spinning no pay. They show the game. They spending no pay. My whole team got those from my bank. My whole team got those from my bankroll, looking like a millionaire's roll, like that. You're gonna have so much money. I told you. It's abundance. I'm telling you, you're gonna have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 in your pocket. I swear on my life, people. You won't think about it the way I'm doing it. You'll pass it around. Everybody, welcome. I'm AZD. This is AZD Counseling Ministries. We are here in the city of Sin, Las Vegas, and I'm with the apostles. Everything that I will be counseling on or ministering, you can reference the New Testament in the Bible. Okay, I will not be using anything else to help you, but you are here to either talk to me, challenge me, ask me questions, or just say what's up, all right? And anytime if you're online and you have a giant disagreement where you're just like, this is bullshit, then I need to hear about it. If you have a tiny disagreement, don't worry. You don't need to speak tiny little things, right? Tiny little devils don't count. They don't. We just step on them. But if you're like, you got that energy, that anger and all that, let's go. Okay? All right. So who do we have today first? Anybody?
Chris Guida was first. Chris, if you're on.
Chris Guida. We got 10-minute clock time on this. We're going to go till 12 clock time on this.
Hey, how's it going?
The spirit is eternal. Hey, the spirit is eternal. It doesn't have a time, but there's a clock time that we all meet at right now, right? Oh, hey, man, let's do the...
Yeah, so I don't have like any specific questions, more so just general questions. Like in your like beginner class, what is the breakdown of like what you focus on? Like I'm sure you go into like business, women, relationships. How much of that would you say is focused on like business, other daily life type things?
Hey, I'm sorry, wait one second. We're having technical difficulties, bro. What?
No, let me pin his chat. Anybody know how to work Zoom?
1 second, bro. Okay, we're just getting the back. I got your question too, by the way. Feel it coming in the air.
Yeah, maybe not.
Let's see. We're gonna test something now. I'm addicted to. It's a dangerous love affair.
Oops, this was chat.
But this is a reality show, by the way. That's why it's real.
Shut out.
There you go. Welcome to a reality show. Oh, we're going to show our reality. See what you think about it. That's a reality show. The devil takes all the words and puts it in another location, so that when you go there, you're in hell still with the same words. And words are worlds, and he's the master of them. But let's see how good he is. Got a great chess player. We're still working it out.
Yeah, it's not letting me.
It's not happening. But we do know what was happening yesterday, the day before, so we just have to figure it out. Something different. You asked me, bro, what my basic class would focus on, money, women, and all that. It focused on the root of all that. However, your question, like I said, is very general. So what is it that you would want to know more about? And then I can tell you about that subject, some basics of, okay? Which area would you just be more curious about, or whatever it is that you would focus more on? Maybe you know it all, right?
Yeah, like I'm really interested in both, but I guess a big part is like how to balance, focusing on like building a business and also focusing on, women and relationships and dating. Because a lot of times I feel like those are two completely separate drives in my brain that'll sort of like get into conflict with each other and stuff like that. So do you go into how to
we're going to do it right now. We're going to go into it right now. There we go. We fixed it. So let's talk about that, right? Women and business in your world are two separate drives. However, in truth, which is in God, they're actually the same thing because you're lusting for both. There's the spirit.
Let me rephrase it a little bit. I shouldn't have said like two separate drives, but rather, same drive, but two separate strategies. I think that would be like a more.
Okay, you got it. You see that little asterisk in his eyeball, bro? Fucking, it's annoying. I want to move it. Okay, you have an asterisk here, and you want to move your eye. There you go. Okay, so listen. So you do recognize, right? Recognize. So look at it again. You said, "Oh, let me word it again." So you see that it's one drive in two separate places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So that is called the spirit of lust. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the money and you look at the woman, there's going to be some sort of an anxiety or an idea. It's an idea, and it is a feeling like an anxiety. And these ideas or demons are these things that are going to push you towards that so that you achieve most likely some sort of inner state, right? Because if I said to you, okay, well, this man is married and he's very successful, right? But he drinks a lot at home, and we know that the outside is he achieved, but he failed. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you're not in agreement. I think everybody else would agree here. If they didn't, we would know there's something kind of wrong with them, right? Like, no, I don't care. That would be weird, right? So that's why we have other. Yeah, you and I. It's obvious. It's truth, right? There's no convincing of that. So now knowing that, what would having that ideal business, an ideal woman, what state would that equal? Because we know it's not the money and the woman, right? You're going towards something. Let's say you had that perfect, we had the perfect business and the perfect woman. What would be happening with you?
Yeah, just like existing in infinite oneness, love without conditions, ecstatic bliss, harmony, clarity of purpose and mind, wisdom, like being able to be a clear channel. Yeah,
that's what everybody wants, right? That's the devil's game. And I'm trying to show you that you've been worshiping the devil. And I know, I can only imagine what that sounds like right now, right? But here's the thing, okay? You're right. It equals bliss if you had it. Now listen to the words, because you're actually using the words of the devil. And when you see it, you'll know. By achieving a certain financial or business status and having a woman who's exactly the way you want, right? You now can be natural, free, blissful, and live your existence. Is the state that the contract is go do business up to a certain level, get a woman and please her to a certain level, make you a perfect man, perfect businessman, like all that. Because these are just words, but to have a business booming, to get a woman, wife, and in compliance with your orders as a man, is just like, what the fuck, right? Those are words, and the devil hides in words. He's hiding in there because the actual movement towards that is literally going to be your entire existence committed to a goal that even when you reach it, so far, no man has reached that state of bliss and movement through those two things. Do you know anybody?
I totally hear you when you're saying what I totally agree with what you're saying. Like you should cultivate those states within yourself before you go out and look for those things. That's totally my perspective on it as well.
You got it, because it's the truth, right? And there's no argument again about that. Yeah. Anybody arguing about that, we would know is a little evil or has other intentions. You obviously, it's very clear for you. So now knowing that, right? Knowing that, I would say that because you don't have a woman right now, and because you don't have the business, because you're going, I got to make a decision, right? Because you don't have that, you would actually be in the perfect condition now to work on exactly what you wanted, because you get it. Now let's go back to the New Testament where I said will be everything in there. The kingdom of heaven is within. So you and I know a man who's in hell when we see him. It's obvious, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So first of all, what do you think about that?
Think about like the kingdom
Everything
of
you just
heaven.
said. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree with you. 100%.
Right. So do you know that you knew that already?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So
about that.
if you knew all that truth already, the question arises, who was asking that question when they came on about business and women? If you knew that already as the truth, where did that question come from?
I guess more to do with like the nuance when you're in a social situation, where the attention goes, the energy flows, right? So if I see
Incorrect.
if I
That's Satan. That's Satan talking.
really okay.
Yeah, because that's why you can't get anywhere. When energy goes, blah, 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 blows, and she blows and fucking wind shows. It doesn't matter how it rhymes. What matters is what you need to observe, what everybody observed. You knew the truth because I just asked you some questions and observations and you tracked 100%. You were 100% with it. If those truths are actually true, that question wouldn't exist. So now we're at an impasse. You either don't know that that's true, that the kingdom's actually within. You actually don't know, like really don't know that money doesn't equal that and women doesn't equal that. You may not know that, right? So then that's called ignorance is a sin. Or you do know that. If you know that, I guarantee you the question would not be that right now. If you knew that, that's an irrelevant question. If the question arises and you know that, this is called you're being possessed by a demon speaking for you, taking your energy and your goodness, knowing that truth now channeling it towards the woman or the business with a good intention. If you knew that truth and you asked that question, it's evidence that you have a demon in you, a lot actually, and that you're actually making evil choices because the truth was very clear for everybody. And if you could give my advice to your own son one day, or the advice that you were going to get anywhere else about business or money, if you loved your son, you would give the proper advice, which is you want inner peace. Don't go chase that woman. Do it. And you know that, and I know that. You know that, and I know that. Yet your energy is committed to the other. So this is an inconsistency in a righteous man, which is what Jesus was. He was a righteous man. Okay, because if God took on flesh, he would be righteous. If God came into flesh, what he would do is he would demonstrate that there's no lust for anything flesh at all, that Jesus demonstrated. That's why they say Jesus is the way. You're going the wrong way, completely the wrong way. Now, here's the thing. Did you know a man that goes the wrong way is a woman?
Yeah.
Do you feel like a woman when you live?
No, never.
Never? Would you feel like a man when you live?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's it like to be a man?
Being responsible, taking accountability for your actions, being a leader, being a teacher, being a role model.
Okay, yes. Those are great words. So how does one become a leader? What's a leadership quality since you're being a man and a man is a leader? So now please explain to all the men and women, there's women online, how you as a man, because you experience being a man, lead. Give us some quality about leading. You're not wrong. We're checking to understand what you mean.
Well, I think you really have to like find your strength through God, like turn within, purify your chakras, your nadis, raise your kundalini.
If there was a God that you believed in, you would know inner peace is inside and you wouldn't go towards the money and the sex, which you did. So that's why I'm saying that you're going the wrong way. You're being a woman. You went the wrong way. You demonstrated it, but you know the right way. But you're being a woman and you say, no, I'm not, never. Okay, I'm a man. And I said, what's a man? You gave me words like leadership and honor, whatever you said. When I asked you about leadership, you went back to God, but you've demonstrated clearly prior to this conversation that if I was going to be led by you, you would have led me to business or women. That's not God. You know that, and I know that. Is there anybody online who would disagree with me right now? Unmute. Just give me a minute. These are not my friends or fans. Some are, some aren't, but none of them really like me. Unless they know God, they can't even like anything. Okay, so nobody disagrees. Do you disagree about what I said, that if you're a man, you would have known what you know and you wouldn't have made the wrong decision? Wrong decision, you're being a woman, because women always make wrong decisions. And so that if I was going to follow your lead, because I'm sure you were being a man prior to asking that question, then you would have led me to a place where women go, which is money, and fake sexual lust, which they think the man loves them if they fucks them. And always wondering how a man could go fuck 10 girls because that's how you love me. You dumb bitch. You dumb flesh eating, salivating, vomiting bitch. Sex is for you, hoe. It's not for a man. It's not for a man. You shouldn't go seek emotions or love in sex. You and I know that you and I can have sex with anything that's hot. Anything. She could fucking be immoral as shit. If she's got the right flesh, you and I will fuck her more than someone we love. Right? We'd rather fuck her than someone you love. Because making love is a word the woman made. Jesus also made love, but never like that. That's Satan. So you have the experience of being a man. Now, I would like to do an experiment for your sake, because I assume any man here is seeking truth. And truth should be visible to everybody. Not my truth. I'm never going to say, well, for me, you're never going to hear the words for me. All right? Unless I'm about to say, for me, I will testify this. But not like, here's my opinion and you could have yours. Women, the truth is clear to everyone. Okay? So now, you're here for the truth or you're a devil. If you're a devil, then start running. If you're here for the truth, pay attention. Okay, let's put everyone on the screen for me. Pay close attention, brother. You need to know this. We have some women online, okay? I'm going to call on the women. If you're listening, answer. If you're not, then, I mean, you take long enough, you're off. So I need answers from the women. All right. Hannah. Unmute, so I know you're okay. Hannah, here's a man you never met before. Have you been watching?
Yes.
Okay. And is that a masculine man or a feminine man in front of you?
Feminine.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
How much masculinity do you see in that man who's being a man and not a woman at all?
I don't know how to measure. Like, wow.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Christina, have you been watching? Okay. Electra, have you been watching?
Yes,
Okay, there's a man right there. Is that a masculine man or a feminine man?
feminine,
Is that a man or a woman you're listening to?
a woman,
Thank you. Hannah, is that a man or a woman you were listening to?
Woman.
Okay, Ant, are you there?
yes, I'm here,
Is that a man or a woman you were listening to?
a woman.
Is there any girls that I missed, didn't call on, would like to say that that's a man? Okay, so now let's go back. So those are women, and their misinterpretation of you, obviously, you're being a man. They're not getting it at all. They're looking at a woman. Just hearing that, tell me something about that. What do you think about that? Because you're not trying to be a woman, but you're coming across to women as women.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me, because how could I come across as a man to you, but as a woman to them, if you guys are kind of like in alignment with like the teachings and stuff, and like they all see it one way, you see it another way, or like I don't get it.
But you didn't ask me whether you came across as a man or not. I haven't given my discernment yet. I just wanted to show you. I asked you, and you say you're a man. Then I asked you a bunch of questions on what a man was. When you were talking, I said, okay, now watch this. And I asked the girls, okay, now do you want to know if I think you're a man or a woman? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, go ahead.
100% woman. That's why you're suffering. And that's why you knew the right thing and you did the wrong thing. Because a woman's spirit has taken your soul And the woman is Eve. Eve is the one that bit the apple. Back to the book. She betrayed Adam, which is a man. He listened to her, not the father. And ever since then, he's been taking orders from her, just like you, and worshiping her. She worships money and flesh. Okay. She gets Botoxes and jobs, and she's continuously trying to do that. That's Satan's work. She has to paint her face to be pretty. She's not pretty. She's very ugly, actually. Every one of them. Every one of them is like an ugly boy. Okay. And they have to paint their faces, and they have to get jobs, and they have to Botox, and you wouldn't know the shit they have to do just not to smell like fish between their legs. Okay. That's the condition of the woman, and she knows it. She also knows something that you don't know about her, that she has absolutely no clue what's going on in life. Let me tell you something else about her. When she meets a man like you, she despises you without you knowing it. Like the hatred that a woman can muster up is evil. Okay, definition of evil. You would have a hard time understanding that evil right now, okay? Because you're living in hell and you think it's okay. They despise you when you're out and they talk to you. Any woman who has ever pretended to like you hates you because you're very weak, and a man is not weak. Now that's what I am observing. I'm not on their team, or they're not on my team, but we all see that. Okay? So now that you know that, now what do you got to say? Now, are you ready for this? Watch this. There's some men sitting around me. Put the camera on Sultan. Watch. And they could all be lying. I mean, we could have, this been a whole Truman Show for you to get you set up. Is that a man or woman talking? Okay, Fernando. Okay, Yogi Chris.
Woman.
Okay, and no, it's just, that's it. Just, okay, Octavio.
Woman.
All right, back to you, bro. Right now, there's not one man or woman that's observed you that actually thought you were a man. It's amazing. That means either we're all crazy, or that's actually what's happening. The next moment you get off this camera and interact with the next man or woman, they hold this judgment. Or we're crazy. What do you think about all that?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you guys all agree on it, I believe you. But at this point, I never want to be part of your community if you all have that impression on me, because it's already ruined the first impression. So what's the point? I should figure it out on my own, find another community that I didn't blow it with. So it's kind of how I see it.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, how would a man see it?
The same way.
Yeah, exactly what a woman would do, right? Did you know, did you give a woman's answer and everybody saw it? Your emotions got hurt, you saw the truth, and you want to be a man, so you go, I'll just go find another answer when the answer is here. That's how you know you're being run by a demon. It's amazing. Electra, don't say anything right now. I was going to call on you. I'm going to call on you. Electra, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that's what a woman would think. Like, she would run, she wouldn't want, she would try to be comfortable. That's what a woman, that's how she would respond.
Yes. Bro, you're in hell, right? And you're going to go away, and nothing is going to change in this man's life when you go away, because his activity will continue as a man, right? You'll go away for the rest of your life knowing this moment existed in your history. One point, you're going to come back to this moment because you have no other salvation. That's why I'm here. You're fucked up because you're being a woman. And when you face the truth, you fight it and resist it like a woman. Do you see that? Do you see that? This is the greatest thing anybody could ever do for you right now, man. And if it's coming across like hatred or vengeance, then you're being a woman. Have you ever tried to help a woman through her problem and give her the solution? She hates you for it because she wants to hold on. Yeah, that's what's happening. The solution's in front of you. Look, bro, some of those people don't know me online. Is there anybody online that would like to argue anything I've said now? This is why this is done differently. Because if I'm wrong, someone should speak up, bro. They don't all know me. Someone, please save him and tell him that he's right and I'm wrong. If not, look, if you don't have any other questions, then you're welcome to stick around or go find another group or do anything you want to do. Because a man is not concerned about another man's business, and I'm not concerned about yours.
All right.
Yes, yes. Hold on. Someone wants to say something. I'd like to see who that is. Let me hear what they have to say. I don't know this person. What do they have to say? Sebastian, what do you have to say?
Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up, man? You want to say something?
Yeah, give me a second. I can't hear so well.
Okay.
So basically, in the Bible, it says narrow is the way that leads to life, right?
It says what?
And give me a second. I can't hear so well.
Is he going to preach the Bible now?
Hear me?
Yeah. What's the point? What's the point of quoting the Bible? What's your point?
Oh, narrow is the way that leads to
Well, we can't hear you.
life.
We can't hear you. Hold on. Let's go back and then when you settle, tell me what he says. He'll still be online. If he wants to know, he'll be online. If not, he goes away, right? He's not here seeking that advice or anything. He just wants to know what you wanted to know what my basic class was like. You're in it right now. This is the class. Now, ready? Are you ready for this? This is a free ministering class. When you pay donation, $97 a month, you go to a class of just male bodies, no female bodies in there. That class is heavier than this. Then there's some people in this room that are in the advanced class. That class is heavier than that. That's what I teach. This is the basic level of it, bro. Hopefully that answers your question fully without me having to give you words about what I do. And this is what I do. And first I should take you through how to be a man. And no, this is it. This is the class you asked for. So the answer should fully solve the question. And that's what an answer does. Do you have any more questions about what my basic class is like and what I teach men
No.
about money and business? That's what I teach them. It's a pleasure meeting you. Okay,
Right.
who's next?
Sebastian is actually next.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, are you
Let's
able
try
to?
again. What do you think? That's good, huh? You be doing this work, bro. Yourself sitting here or somewhere. What do you think so, Tom? Right? You don't play chess with the devil. You sit and listen, and it's revealed to you if you have the right. He checkmates himself. You'll see
Brother,
the
so what I'm gonna do, since I can't hear well.
You there? Do you have good reception, Sebastian?
Is there somebody else?
There's alumni on. Any of the alumni want to talk?
I don't want to give you 10 minutes to talk to me if you're alumni, but if you have a question. Otherwise, we can sit here and listen to music and we can conversate. This is a ministry for 2 hours. Whoever wants to come
Yeah,
on.
Sebastian, you can go if you have good reception.
Oh.
You just gotta hear us. I have a set con if you can go.
Let's do Sebastian once again, and then if not, we'll go to Seth. No, okay. Let's go Seth. Seth is Rosh Divizar's friend, good friend.
Hey, what's up, Russ?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Not much, man. Taking care of some business at the moment.
Yeah, hey, you gotta come join the light, my bro. You're fighting for the wrong side, okay? But you're very strong. So you and Rosh Divizar have had conversations privately between you and him at a moment where everybody was judging you and he didn't. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that? He called you and he was like, listen, the way that you want to meet me is the wrong way. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, I do.
And I told you there would be a right way to meet me. Remember that?
Yes, I do. After the
Good.
fact.
Now, check this out. Now I'm in Vegas and I'm inviting you to come stay with me for 2 nights on me, residency free. This is the right way to meet me now.
I'm interested.
What'd you say?
I'm interested.
Just come by. You're in. You know everybody. Seth has 2 nights here, okay?
Dude, how do I make arrangements for that?
Whenever you're ready. I'm just letting you know there was a conversation Rosh Divizar had, right? Where you sounded evil. You sounded like you were going to come kill him. That's what you triggered in everybody. And then he was like, no, I've seen this guy and I've seen his syntax. I don't think he's that. So he called you with a nervous body because he didn't know who the fuck you were either. Some crazy black guy.
Yeah, I
And then he
remember.
was like, yeah, he was like, hey, man, listen, you're going about this the wrong way. You're misrepresenting yourself. You remember that? Listen, this is Holy Spirit. Listen, because it's the same message. I said, you're going about this the wrong way. You're misrepresenting yourself. You're actually a very good person, and I can tell. I said, because as I'm speaking, if you weren't, you wouldn't have this. Now, misrepresenting yourself, okay? Don't do that. Remember that? The same exact message is coming to you right now.
That's word for
Right
word.
now. Right now, you're misrepresenting yourself. I know how strong you are, and I need the warriors around me. And these guys know what that means. We're facing real evil now. And what the Dark Lord does is he takes everyone, Arash Bazaar being the example of it, and he makes them work for him, right? So then the light comes through here, and Arash says, y'all remember when I was leading you in the darkness? You tested my ethics. Each of you can witness to it. You're one of them. Good. Remember that? Now is the time that you were called. So when you're ready, come over here. But you got to let go of all the darkness. You got to the lust for flesh has to go completely. You have a lot for that. And the hatred for women has to go. That has to go too. But all that will happen here. That's why I'm inviting you here. Okay? But that's whatever you're about to ask me in any situation, that's the answer. Now you and I can talk. What's going on?
Awesome.
It is awesome. That word is for God. Listen, no statue is awesome. No painting is awesome. No song is awesome. But when you look up at the stars at night or at the clouds right now, or you see a tree, that's awesome, right? These are words of light that we use for different things. That's an awesome song. No song could ever reach the level of awesome in my world as a man. Awesome? That's awesome. These words coming out is awesome. Your skill in the physical world can never be awesome compared to my Father. His creation is here. I am it. So what the fuck is awesome about your goddamn song? A few fucking notes together. Try 5 cells, put them together and make them work together now. And now create a human body. Then come back and talk to me about awesome. But that's a pretty good song. Good job on your skill. Well done. These are words of doingnesses. Awesome, you can't do awesome. Right? You can't do awesome. It's when Michael Jordan would suddenly have an awesome performance. You know, he always was great. But then when he defied gravity and defied time and defied logic and had perfect synchronicity, that was awesome. But we always knew at that moment he's not in control anymore. So they call that in the dark world the flow, but they never said that flow of what? They said the flow of energy. It's the Lord of energy flowing. So that energy is junior to the Lord. Otherwise, you're in energy, trying to control energy. Thus, any form of magic is junior to spirit. Magic, one attempting magic, is admitting that there is no God and there's no spirit. If there was, they wouldn't have to do that because they would be spirit themselves. And what spirit wants to go around making clay pots and saying it's nice or dealing with flesh like it's something special? That's why they make you worship the flesh. Right? Hell yeah. Damn. That's me and Seth talking. You see? I would only have that conversation with you sitting in silence. That was me and you talking. I didn't say that to nobody. Thanks, Seth.
I got it. I got it.
You got it, right? You didn't G-O-T it, you G-O-D it, the proper term for God it. When you got it, it's yours and you don't have to reference the notes anymore. Never take notes.
I like that. That sounds badass.
You're for God. 100%. 100% I wouldn't be talking to you otherwise. I put my soul on and I have put my soul on. So you're for God, come to the light. Let's go. We need your help. We need your help. It's evil here. Let's go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, bros. See you soon. That's Seth. Angel of God. Okay, next. Who's next? Who next?
Sebastian, if you're ready.
See, now my black friend came, so now I got black power more. What's up, nigga?
If not Sebastian. Camilo looks ready. Camilo.
Yes, Camilo. We know Camilo. What's up, man?
What's up? All good.
Man, every time I see you, it's a different version of you, bro. You're like
Yeah. New
you get
version.
thicker, beardier, no beardier, hair, no hair. It's like, oh, yeah, that is Camilo. When you start talking, I know. Look, if you hadn't said that was Camilo and this dude came on with a different voice, I wouldn't know. Look at if he was like, hey, ZD, would you think that's Camilo? No, imagine. He goes, hey, ZD, what's up? Nah, dude, that's not Camilo. He has to be like, yeah. Okay, what's up, man?
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, Camilo! Hey, now you could be in Seth's body. I'd be like, that's Camilo. What's up? What's going
Good
on,
to
man?
see you. I have a new place. I'm still living in San Jose. I have a new house. So getting better things.
Are you in the Bay
Better
Area?
women. Sorry?
Are you in the Bay Area? Are you in San Jose?
Yes, San Jose.
Let me see. Show with camera.
So
I
let's
love
see.
that so much. Show San Jose.
So this is
Not
the
your house, not
backyard.
your house, not your house. There you go. There you go. There's San Jose. Look at it. Hey, one tree worth 1,000 trees here. That's his backyard. Go, hey, right now go in Las Vegas and look. Find life.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hey, look at that. All that green. He just steps out.
Yeah.
Hey, Camilo.
Yeah.
When you go to a park in hell, Las Vegas, when you go to
Yeah.
a park in hell, right? A park, you go to a park right now next door, right? When you go to
Yeah.
a park, it's like in the city, right? And there's a park. What you just showed has more trees than an actual park in the neighborhood here. Isn't that crazy? And if they have trees, it will be like if you go to Africa and they have like ribs showing the kids like, right? These
We
trees
know.
are starving. They're barely out there like one green. They're starving because there's not one bird in these motherfuckers or one squirrel in these motherfuckers. So there's no life in the motherfucker. Everything in Vegas is completely fake. That's why it's called the city of sin, right? You guys got to come here. It's fun.
Yeah, I will soon. I'll be there maybe in a couple. I'll let you know, but I'll be there.
Yeah, hurry up. Good to see you, man. Send us postcards from San Jose and pictures. Go show me some chickens and birds. Okay. All right. Who's next? No, I love Las Vegas. I love everything. Everything got great. That's what love is. Ask me how I feel about here. Fucking love here.
Sebastian, you ready?
Freaking Sebastian.
Freaking Sebastian.
Right?
There he is.
There.
There you go.
All right. What's up?
So how do we stop looking for validation, or in other words, how do I stop feeling validated or invalidated based on reactions from women, or so to speak?
So do you, because you were going to quote the Bible, are you somebody who is a Christian or believes in Jesus or what?
I used to be very hardcore 2 years ago.
Okay, good. So let's just go back to that for a second, okay? Because that was the devil preaching Jesus. Now let's see the lights tell you something you should already know, right? So how do you free yourself from that? How do you free yourself from the woman's validation, right? So do you know that Jesus said these words? He said, I am the way. Do you remember that?
I am the way, the truth, the life. Yeah.
Okay, so you remember the question you just asked? You said
Narrow is
how?
the path.
Hold on, you just asked a
something.
question. You just asked me a question. You said, how do I stop seeking validation from the woman? That's your question, right?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm just reminding you, Jesus said these words, I am the way. It's in there, the truth, the way, right? How do I do that is a question. I'm going to insert Jesus's words here, and we're going to see how it works, okay? He is the way. So now, ready? You also know that Jesus said this is a straight and narrow path. Do you know he said that?
Yeah.
Good. So it's narrow. You ever walk on a narrow path, right? Like this. You can't go fall left or right at all. The Buddha, who also had the Holy Spirit in him, said it's the middle point, right? Hermes, who had the Spirit, said the pendulum swings both ways and the master holds the middle. Are you still listening?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just driving. I'm almost about to park though.
Okay, why don't you park? Because we want you to crash, bro.
Yeah. Like right now, I just basically parked.
Okay. So you know that Jesus said straight and narrow path. You know he said, I am the way. So now you're about to walk to your answer. But it's a straight and narrow path to the answer, which is Jesus. Why? Because when you read his story, right, at no point did he ever seek validation, not only from woman or from man or from authority, believer, non-believer. He just did what? He was righteous. He spoke the truth and lived the truth. Now, he says, I am the way, the truth. So what is the truth that he lived? The truth he lived is what? Is that you are of the Father. That's the truth he lived. That if you are of the Father, you behave the way the Father would behave if he was in flesh. Thus, God took flesh and walked through hell, which is where we are. Right? Look how they treat a man who goes around talking about God. They crucify. That's all Jesus did. He just, hey man, look at that crazy old man talking some stupid shit down the street. They should have just treated him like that. But they couldn't treat him like that because when truth shows up, lies go away, and you're in hell. That's why the New Testament, because as long as you're trying to get women or you have to actually save your soul from the woman. That's Rosh Dibizar's job, prophecy. Well, the light through him that went through Jesus is here. And I'm telling you, your soul, right, has been taken by the woman.
Yeah.
You agree?
I agree, definitely.
Okay, so Jesus, the way he lived, is freedom from that. Okay, his story in the New Testament. That's why I don't know if you're in my classes or not, but that's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm teaching. I'm preaching it here. There's a difference between preaching and teaching. Okay, there's teaching, there's preaching, both of them. All right, so there's a difference. So right now, I'm teaching you this. You're looking at it with me like that, right? So Jesus is the way, which is your answer. He is the truth. What's the truth? That you come from the Father, and you don't worship anything flesh, nothing. You just he stayed with the Father the whole way through. Okay, and he never did anything, because when they asked him, "How do you do these things, Lord?" He said, "I'm not doing it. Nothing. I'm doing nothing. My Father's doing everything." And then when they would ask him, they would say, I don't know if they would ask him, but he would say for sure that this is not my plan. I'm playing my Father's plan out, right? We know that. So that means that any plan you make right now in this life is actually the opposite of Jesus's truth that he came here to demonstrate. So it's going to be very difficult, and it is going to be difficult. It's work. It's the greatest work you have to do. It's the only work any man should ever do. The work is to free your soul. Now, everything I say resonates true for you and everybody else. Great. How are you going to do it? Well, then you're going to understand why the devil is a deceiver and why you're actually in hell. Because the moment you move, your reference would be the movie Matrix. You're in the Matrix. You can't get out, right? You can't get out. And once you get out, just like the movie The Matrix, when you see it, you won't believe what it looks like. It doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like this. I mean that in every sense of the fabric of a word's essence. You are looking through the devil's eyes. You're not seeing what's actually right in front of you. And so these ministries are powerful, because when I speak to somebody, the light triggers something in them, and that demon that's controlling them is here to challenge. See if I'm real. Good. The moment the demon comes out, everybody else sees it.
Yeah.
That person is different. They're blind. They're stupid. They don't know anything, because a demon has no substance. Darkness has no substance. Jesus is the light, right? And he never fought darkness. He just kept light. That's how that is not seeking validation right there. You just give the light. But what is the light? You don't know, because right now what you think is the light was given to you by the devil, because you admit and you know and you feel that your soul has been taken by the woman. You're worshiping her. She's on the altar of your mind and heart, right? So you have to release your mind and your heart, right? And be natural. And that's the class I teach, Genesis. And these men around here, these are the apostles in that storyline, and they are they've done more work on that than you. And so when you're around them, you should feel less woman in them. They'll have less woman reactions, less responses, and they'll look more manly, what a man is, because you're a man. right? But if I ask the question that I asked of the other woman that was on, remember the woman in the man body, right? The guy, the last guy who got butthurt but saw the truth, that's a woman,
Yeah.
right? Now, if I pull back, and if you like, I will, if you don't believe it, but if I pull back and I ask every woman on running right now, whether you're being a man or a woman, 100% would also agree you're also being a woman. Do you know that? Or do you
Yeah.
want to do the experiment, or do you think that would be true?
No, absolutely. Because from
Okay, so how
doubt
old are you?
or
How old are you? That's right. How
I'm
old are
20.
you?
I'm 22 right now.
So what's it like being a 22-year-old woman?
Very insecure, very uncertain. We're looking for certainty, trying
Excellent.
to find certainty.
You got it. You're in the right place. Jesus is the way. That's the book. This is why it's called the ministry. If you really want that, then just take the next step, whoever brought you here. I promised you.
Yeah.
I promised you. I promise
I
you on
love
everything.
I love the chosen tech, but now I have like I'm not in chosen, not chosen. I'm not in Genesis.
Okay, just whoever brought you here, that's their job, right? They're gonna tell you the next step. They're not gonna, because you know what? The people that are here, that's why these are the people that are gonna be ministering and getting your donations. When they talk to you, they have gone past wherever you are. I promise you that.
Yeah,
Right?
it's just
They can measure the importance of it, so they know what you got to do next. Right?
yeah, it's just part. I think it's part of me that didn't go in Genesis. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right? But talk to them. Okay, they'll tell
Thank
you
you,
what's
brother.
next. Anything else, bro? It's good to see you, man.
just been improving. Like I was focusing on lines and all that, but I realized it's really good. But
This is
this
it.
tech
This is
is like advancing me a lot in comparison to
This is the
old stuff.
truth. That was there as evidence of a Rosh Bazaar, because you know some other guy suddenly sitting here and talking Jesus would just be another guy sitting here talking Jesus. You have to know what I could do as a Rosh Bazaar and know that I'm going to be challenged by people of that tech, all of it, and I'm going to beat them all. That's why I'm chosen. Remember how it started, this whole thing, the chosen, right?
Yeah.
Remember? Well, this was started, and we all knew. Did you know that all you guys knew after the chosen, that the chosen was the camp? You all knew, and you kept bringing it up. You know that I was measuring that as a Rosh Bazaar, and I was tempted so many times to do another chosen, and it wasn't happening. But it was, and I would keep telling you guys, I know it's coming, blah blah. But the devil in my head at that time, okay, do another chosen, and go and pick up the Bible again, like, and that was the devil, because when it arrived again, it just arrived again, and now here it is, right? Isn't that amazing? And I now got, it was revealed to me right now. The first chosen was me. That's when I freed myself from my parents. And with chosen 2 came when I was telling you guys, this is going to be your turn now when we go to Vegas. They're going to know your story. Chosen 1 was here. Chosen 2 is you're going through it now. What I went through in chosen 1 to be chosen. So it becomes you are chosen 2. Which then ended it, and now we're into this. Because there won't be another chosen. Now we're in Genesis and Exorcist and all the other S-sis, all the other cis diseases. Okay, words are diseases. Anytime you have a word in your head, you have a dis-ease of your soul. All right? Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. That's awesome. That's incredible. Because the mind blows us. The mind can't keep up with this. You feel that space right now that everybody right now feels that. That's the Holy Spirit. It's hard to think right now. It's hard to think. I can measure it's hard for everyone to think. A thought is far away. That's called mind blown. Your mind is blown to bits. Satan has no control right now. That's a ministry. Spread the gospel, everybody. Tell them there's a minister doing actual things right now. Come online and see if it's true. All right? And you see when the devil runs, it makes it true again. Right? The guy that said, I can't do this, it just made this more true. Look. So there's nothing. You don't ever have to be afraid of anything evil or dark if you have the light. Because how could light ever be afraid of dark? Its existence destroys the dark. Isn't it doing it? Dang. Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it, brother. I'll message you on
yeah.
Instagram later because it's been 6 months since I've been in IMC. So I just want to say thank you, but I'll leave that later for the message, okay? Because I'm about to get to
Yeah,
work
come
too.
to Eden.
Thank you.
We're in Eden. We're in Eden. Okay. The sacred syntax exact. Okay, go ahead. That's so cool. Okay, anybody else?
Nico's a guest from TikTok. If you want to talk, I mean, you've seen AZD a few times before. I know that your friend said you just wanted to watch, or he just wanted to watch. But if you want to speak, man.
You don't have to show your face either. We don't need to see what you look like. It's okay. All demons look the same anyways. Okay, then we just chill for a minute, yeah?
You have comments on like.
If they want to jump on, if they want to comment. Yeah, if you guys want to comment, come speak. You know, the moment a person speaks, they reveal their soul, if you know. And this is the gift that you're getting through this body. We call it sacred syntax. Yeah.
That's the minute viral.
That one?
The minute when someone speaks,
Absolutely.
that was fire.
That was fire?
Yeah. I heard that.
It is fire, literally. That's what fire is.
I
it
used
burns.
that this morning and it helped realize a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, come talk about it. Here's Benny. This is called testifying, right? To the light. This is what it looks like. So when someone says, I realized something, the devil takes that. It's realized. He says, I saw with my real eyes something for the first time, is what he's saying. He says that I've been under a delusion, an illusion, and for the first time, my real eyes saw it. That's what realize is, okay? It should be spelled R-E-A-L-E-Y-E-S. That's real eyes. You say, Mina, I just realized something, not I-Z-E. That's a whole different thing you don't want to even get into. Yeah.
It's like, okay, so as you guys know,
But they don't know.
okay, so
No.
everyone knows this is very great. I just started IMC for a minute. I mean, I've known AZD for 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
And in Vegas, I'm a promoter, right? I promote nightlives and all that. And one of my main things is interacting with people. And
Nice.
because you pointed out that when I blab, I'm speaking as a woman.
Babylon.
And
You're Babylon.
that.
So get to the message.
Another realization is like, when I talk too much, I speak as a woman.
Yes.
And it's.
Oh, have you ever been in a car with a woman? I'm gonna be with Hannah right now. Guess how much she's gonna talk right now?
I'm talking about.
The whole time.
Yeah. So, it's just, I have to really ground myself to where I'm gonna say to the message that I'm gonna relate to.
So let's get into the message then, woman.
There we go, yeah, right? So interacting with people, I see that sometimes they're not really receptive to what I have to say. And it just shows a little light on their end, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I have to calibrate how I'm coming off to people. So on my message. And to put myself on the hot chair, I interacted with somebody and she's a showgirl and she goes, you ask a lot of questions. And there's two ways I could view it. One is
What's the natural way?
the natural
That's Satan,
way.
both of them.
So
Don't view it anyway. What is it? Don't view it anyway.
This is how I received it. I asked too many questions.
There you go.
A woman asked too many questions.
Okay.
And the reason,
So that's it. That was the revelation.
yeah,
You see that? The revelation is a woman asks too many questions. I'm asking too many questions. You're right.
yeah. And I realized at that point, I was like, well, a couple days later,
Mhm.
I realized like, damn, like.
That's a revelation a couple of days later because you didn't think about it.
Yeah, so I'm coming off as a woman,
Yes.
speaking to a woman.
Yes.
And that's all.
And that's why you have no influence over her. And
Exactly,
you suffer as a man around women. I'm trying to show you guys you're all being women. Exactly, Benny.
yeah.
Keep going, bro. Thank you.
And,
Oh, okay.
well, I mean, that's it
Wrap it
pretty
up.
much. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Arigato. Domo. Okay, anybody else?
Armando, yeah, bro. You want to say something?
Mondo, the spaceship.
You said you had a dream, but
Oh, yes, yes. Anybody last night? I asked when I got here. If anybody had a very significant dream, I'd like to know about
You
it.
said a very long text about a dream. I haven't
I don't
got
wanna
the
go through the whole dream here, because you're already a student. This is for people that need ministry. But if there's nobody on and you want to say something, say something. Unless you have a question yourself, then yes, let's go. Let me know, okay? You have someone? Okay. Yeah. SSWWV.
What's up?
Hey,
Can you
man.
hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, how are you? Good?
Yes.
Nice. So, what I wanted to ask is, how can I help or try to help, like my girlfriend when she's going through emotions, like on TPM, or because she had like a past that she be starting having the idea like not liking men, not like a type of feminist, but her past doesn't, how I say it, she don't like men in usual, like, you know.
Mhm.
She started to not like,
Men.
so yeah. So when she gets angry, I think she gets all that, and she can't control herself, you know. So I think
She's
how I
crazy.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
And
She's insane.
yeah, just saying things that she knows like they gonna get under my skin, you know. And I'm like a passive guy. I don't like to argue, and she knows that as soon as I start arguing, the fight is not gonna last long, because I just stop the drama, you know. And I feel sometimes that I need to uh, go more along with it
Her in
to
the face,
see.
which you feel like you need to do sometimes. You want to feel like sometimes you want to kick her in the head. That's what you feel like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen. Yeah, I know. We all know what you're going through. Okay. So, is your question, how do you help her emotionally? We get your condition. What's your question? You're in hell.
yeah,
Your condition is called hell.
yes.
So now,
So I first I don't let her get under my skin, you know. But
really? How do you do
that's
that? How do you do that? How do you
usually
don't let her get under your skin? Yeah.
I just stay silence, you know.
Good.
But I don't know if that
But then what happens? Then what happens?
then I just think something logically to respond, you know. That when she says something that
And then what
doesn't.
happens? You stay silent. Good job. Then you speak logically. Great. Then what happens after you do that? Take us through it. When does she turn insane?
um First, because she is insecure, because
No.
she is.
Why? When does she turn insane? You stay silent. She's saying some stupid shit. You stay silent, right? Then you respond with something logically. What happens to her now? Tell me. Just take me through this. I'm gonna help you.
So she if she doesn't agree, she just say it's not like that, it's just is how I view.
Does she get louder
So
or does she get quieter when you do that?
I, quieter, I think.
Okay, so she calms down. She says,
Mm-hmm.
"That's fine. You could think that. I don't."
Yes, but if I say something that she doesn't like, because sometimes we already discuss multiple girlfriends, and sometimes she doesn't like it. Sometimes she goes with the conversation, other times she's like goes crazy. So I get sarcastic sometimes, and when I do that, she just goes on rampage mode.
Okay, we're still on, guys, but the power went out, so we'll come back on when the power comes back on. I'll leave it unmuted so you guys can listen.
Like, you're mad, but. Bye. Get the fuck out of here. Next. Hey, then I'm gonna leave. That's the girl, right? Okay, I'm gonna fuck your friend too. There's other groups, right? Bye. And then I go like this. Hold on. Everybody, that's what a whore does, right? Yeah, right on. That's what we're not together. Because you're a whore. Exactly what you said. They all see now after you leave how clearly why you're not together anymore. Because of that. Threats in a way, bitch, with another man.
Turn off the video to lower the bandwidth.
When you can have sex without emotion and she knows it, stop paying for it. She'll never threaten to fuck another guy. She'll be embarrassed to tell you to fuck another guy. Just as long she knows as you stand by me. Your hands are with me.
So AZD can still hear me?
I knew you were a lesbian, but we were fucking.
Everybody, PM.
It's like having a girlfriend.
10 a.m. Pacific. Oh, it's praise the Lord.
Hello?
Imagine an eternal state. I now go with Hannah for 4 hours, right? And it doesn't change. It makes them so secure. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
When you're so you're having sex and you're being emotional during sex.
You're just observing the lust.
Right, so the emotion is coming up.
It's gonna come up because you have all these demons in there. That's what we're the exorcist.
So you are experiencing an emotion.
Much less, it keeps fading.
Right, but it's there. There's something is there. There is some.
The demon is there, just like when the stripper sits down, whatever. At some point, you know, I told you the other day, I had a little jealousy with doing like, what the hell, right? But it's like, if you've been doing this in quotes, you start seeing they get smaller. These demons, they literally shrink and they come back less. The mind is less. Eventually, it'll be silent. I know. I already know that with everything in my soul. That one day I'll sit here with no mind. Yeah, I want them. I know I'm live, everybody. Like, don't worry, nothing changes here. If something was going to change, it would be to not harm you. But the thought of you harming me by hearing something is zero. Like, what do they do? Imagine I say something, they're going to hurt me with it. You're going to get hurt.
What is it? They throw stones and it burns them or something?
Yeah, cast stone, turn to fire, and it'll come back right on your head. It's visible now. Man, Jordan's been in my head the whole time since he left. Consistently, I see him. I'm not reaching out because I want to see when he comes back what his experience was during this time. Just throughout the day, I just see him. And then the devil says in my head, watch, he's gonna let you down. You know, it's another demon showing his head.
And the whole block was out.
The whole block's out?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we'll stay on to 12, so. It comes back on. It doesn't.
What if I call somebody on the phone right now?
Yeah, let's do it, man. We'll miss you.
I got
That's
you.
right. That's what we're doing. Get him on the phone.
We still have dude on also.
Who's that?
Everybody's still on.
Yeah, so whoever wants to call in, you can. Let's go. We're just gonna do our calls now. It's not as exciting anymore.
All right, SLW, I'll send you my number. You could call.
Okay.
Oh, you're. I don't know if you call my Telegram,
What's up,
brother.
man?
Okay,
Hey.
okay.
I actually have AZD here because the power went out. So I was gonna call you and he's here too. So you're on with AZD.
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm doing good. What's up?
So I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to ask you a question or something now.
Only if you have one.
I got plenty. Why am I fucked up?
Tell me. So what's going on? Why are you fucked up? Tell me. Well, that's what this whole thing is that we're doing. Well, just go on whenever we go on. So the thing is
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
that you've done
She just came out. She's like,
so many things that you yourself don't feel good about inside as a man, that you've turned into a woman, and you now have the soul of the woman controlling your life. So you're going to be worshiping her through money and sex and status, and like you're being a woman because the soul of the woman is taken over. So this is what we're doing right now. The work of AZD is to free all the men of the soul of the woman. He is the testament, the guy sitting here talking to you, okay? So you're going to keep suffering forever until you worship the proper God, which is the one God, which is a male. It's a he is a father, okay?
Yeah.
And so we're in hell. This is hell, all right? And you're surrounded by devils everywhere. And so your work as a man, as a male, as a son of the Father, is to first save your own soul. And it is your soul because from the outside, you probably, most likely from the sound of your voice, you're probably perceived as an averagely successful to above average successful human being. Proper? Is that right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah? You're not looked on as a loser, are you? By society?
No.
Yeah, you could hear it in the voice, right?
I am myself, though.
That's the point I'm trying to make right now. I'm trying to make the point that it is your soul that we're saving, that you have to save, because society sees you as an average to successful male. You, on the other hand, know that's not true. So that means the kingdom is within, which means your soul needs to be saved, because inside you're suffering, and same suffering that AZD went through, to be able to sit here and testify that yes, Jesus is the way. Now, AZD will show you the same exact book, the New Testament, and everything in it, and how to free your soul from the woman, which is what's happened to him speaking to you right now, right? So you're going to suffer, but it ain't going to be easy, because when you understand that the word evil is a real word, and it's not for like Hollywood to use, right? It's evil is like a real thing that happens. It's a real like bad spirit that goes through people in the forms of anger and hatred and greed and all that, and including in the forms of happiness. And happiness, you don't want any emotions as a man, as a son of God. You want to be natural, okay? And well,
How do you mean? You don't want any emotions as a man?
Yeah, you want to experience the emotions and the thoughts that go through your body, but you want to not attach yourself to them, which would make to the emotion, you would be an emotional man, and as a thought, you'd be a thoughtful man, right? And both of those is just the devil pulling your energy into a thought or an emotion. So I experience as a Rosh Dibazar all thoughts and emotions, but I see them clearly as separate from who I am as a soul, as a spirit. I'm not that. I'm not those. These thoughts and emotions, they go everywhere, bro. You know how it goes, right? And so a man, what's that?
I'm super emotional.
That's why you're suffering, right? That's the point I made, exactly. Because women are super emotional. Your mom was super emotional. So you're being your mother, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the curse. That's the curse. The proof of it is that we didn't have to talk about anything else. I already knew exactly what the affliction was. Yes, that's every man's affliction, and that's why everybody's here right now. So for you, for the next step, whoever got you here, because hey man, I'm here to testify for myself as a Rosh Dibazar and all the people around me that I do not have the problems that any man has with a woman, and I live as a natural man, and that outside of me, there will not be one other human on planet Earth that could claim this. And I'm here to prove it every day live to the world and in my own life. Okay? So if this is true, then you have salvation from that. And if you're a man, which you are in male body, as everybody else around me is, then you and I know something that nobody could ever fucking understand. That we are suffering because of the woman, and we know it deep in our soul. So you start hating her, and you start controlling her, and dominating her, and then Satan gives you more words on how to dominate and control, and then uses the word submission. Submission is only to God and nothing else. You don't want her to submit to you. You want her to submit to God through you. But first, you have to be submitted to God for her to see that. You see what I'm saying? That's a proper term. Nobody knows we're about this. That's why we're here talking about it. Hey, nobody is about this. We're the only people about this. That's why I'm doing this. There's nobody who could even know this. They're all liars. They're all false prophets. They're all working for Satan, and they know it. And the only reason why you're suffering is because everybody except every man who's preaching anything about women except AZD, and I'm here to prove it. On the subject of women, they are all sinners and false prophets, every one of them, and I'm not. And that's why I have the light given to me in this. And Donald Trump has it through politics. His soul is clean. Otherwise, they of course you do, because you have light, right? So do you look how much they attack that man? Not one smudge in politics. That's the Holy Spirit through politics. This is the Holy Spirit through relationships, man and woman, New Testament together in kind, which is the exact testament of Jesus Christ. That's the book. We're not doing nothing else. There's no other book. This is the textbook for us. If I don't use that, then don't listen to it, but that's all I use to defeat any other philosophy. I'm going to show you that here's the truth and the word, and he does set your soul free. Here we are. So if you want that, come around. But if you want some other shit, this ain't the place for that.
Wait, can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm operating under the assumption that you guys do everything for the girl. Right?
No, incorrect. You do everything for the girl. I do everything for the Lord.
You that's actually so true. But damn, I had something and I just fucking that threw me off.
Blew your mind.
What was I gonna ask you? Yeah, but partly, yeah. A little mini explosion in the brain. What the fuck was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, the relationship with myself.
Yes.
I just don't want a relationship with a woman right now because the relationship I have with myself is super fucked.
Because there is no relationship with self. There's a relationship with the Father, with God. You don't want to have a relationship with yourself. The woman wants to have a relationship with herself. Okay? That's why she paints her face and gets Botox and does all kinds of, she worships her body, right? And so we're doing the same thing. So I don't have a relationship with myself at all. I have a relationship with the righteousness, which is through the Father, through Jesus Christ to the Father. That relationship is all I have. I don't even have a relationship with you, my brother. I don't have a relationship with me either, because any other relationship than that would actually not testify to any of that book. But the moment you testify to that one relationship, one God, nothing else, totally committed to that, you will understand what it means to be a true man. And I tell you, it is more than anything Satan ever provided for a Rosh Bazaar. It's peace that passeth all understanding. Say what?
How is that going to take care of my problems? If I have a relationship with God, how's that going to take care of my abandonment wound and shit like that?
Because when you have a relationship with God, you stop taking care of it, and He does. That's the difference. It's called faith. That's the definition of faith. And since you don't have it, you don't know God, and that makes sense, right? And that's why I'm here. I have faith, and God works out my problems. So I haven't been sitting here problemless, okay, as a Rosh Bazaar in the last week. I've handled every problem that you and any other man here wouldn't handle, and they can testify to it. I had to handle my mom, my dad, the relationship, broke up with a girlfriend, moved this, you don't even know, right? So all of that, I can testify to you that the relationship with God, when I was handling those problems, they just took form of another shape. That's why the devil's a deceiver. He takes every form, but you're in the matrix. That's what the matrix is. But when I let God, I had one relationship with God, and I stopped solving my problems. That's the devil. The word solve itself, if you look at it carefully, you see the devil in it. It even looks like the devil. Move it around, you'll see. So when I started to solve my problems, it's there, bro. That's the gift given to AZD, the syntax. I know the soul of the word. When you try to solve the problem, right, you get involved with the problem. And whenever you're involved with the problem, you're the vulva. And what's a vulva? all the same word, is inside a woman's vagina. And her vagina looks like the devil. Look at it. You're worshiping her. You have all of her problems that I don't have. My Father takes care of it all. And I can testify that Jesus was here for that. And these guys can testify that I'm here for that. And so now the world is faced with a bunch of guys that say this is true. These miracles in relationships are being performed every day, and we are doing it ourselves. You can believe it or not, but this is the way, no other way. Ta-da! And Jesus drops the mic. Okay? Paul, that's it. Now it's on you what you do, man. We'll be here every day ministering, so you can always keep watching until it's time to come. You'll know what it is. Okay?
That's good, AZD. Thank you, brother.
Hey, yeah, bye. Power's back on?
No, we gotta pay electricity. For, we have SLW still on, he's on Instagram.
Okay.
SLW, what's up?
Hey, man.
Why is this not picking up? Are you muted? There it is. Okay, we hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, hold on. You know how gross it is if you see it? That you would go out with a girl with just sex in your mind at the end. You know how violating that is if you really saw that for a minute? How gross you are if you do that? Isn't that weird? Like if you really look at it, how disgusting you are if you do that. That no matter which direction you go, if in your heart you're doing that to have sex with her, you're fucking nasty, dude. you can't claim any sort of love for that person. That's just impossible. Right? And that's why the relationships don't last, because they're lust relationships, right? That's why you never want to go get a girl, because you would get her off of lust. Right? When it's given to you, it wouldn't be lust, it would be something else that would happen and you would know it, right? But then you have to be saved so that, because if the devil is in you, boom, right? Right. But she will be the right one given to you to trigger the right devil in you, as you saw in AZD's life. And if you handle it, then per the testament, you'll go through all the demons that you have to go through, that Jesus went through. The betrayals and this and every fucking thing in that book is here in my life and experience. And then you die to that. And then none of that could ever touch you again. Because the Rosh Dibazar doesn't exist. So how are you going to harm what's not there, right? What are they going to do? Take my money, take my business, take my life, take what? Not my life, you can't take it, right? Anything they could take has already been given to them. That's why you also can't have a schedule, right? Because the Rosh Dibazar would have a schedule. But if you have no identity, there is no schedule. You do your work when you do your work. That's what I told you. Do your work when you do your work. Otherwise, there's an identity, right? You don't have to text her back every time. What's up?
So leading to that, I have a question.
Yeah.
Right. How would you manage businesses without schedule or without, having staff?
It reveals itself like we did here. You hopefully, properly done, have a product that people that are working there are there for the product, not the money. Because I worked in the Church of Scientology and I saw that too. We'd stay throughout the night, get paid like, $27 at the end of a week. Literally working sometimes through the night. People would sleep there and get up there, right? But everybody so much believed in what they did. And it's a different team when they're not working for money. So the way you manage it is you don't need to manage people like that unless it's logistics, which means like, who did you call? Who did I call? But every person is managing their own time because they're contributing their soul. So it manages as we see. So for example, 9:30 staff meeting, whoever's not here is fine. Suddenly, why? Because it's revealed at that very moment that is exactly, if I didn't plan that, right? Then Geo, then okay. So but if you have plans and ideas that no one should ever be late, you can say how? Then stop everything else. You have to be consistent in your logic. It's not up to you I'm not controlling time. This activity is taking place at this time. Right now, if this activity takes place at this time, you should be able to arrive if the activity is that important, right? If drinking too much last night or another snooze button would have done it, then remember why AZD's life. It's all about your wake up time. How much you wake up. Okay, because when the time comes to deliver, you have to deliver, dude. You know what I mean? If Satan's in front of you, you can't just be like, "Oh, I'll be right back." That's exactly when he's gonna get right in front of you, is when you don't expect it. Right when you have everything worked out with your girl. It's then that you see he had worked it out for you so that you would break. Boom, because every time you break your soul, someone will get sucked. Why? Because then you have to go fix that problem using his tech again. So he feeds into his own lies again and again and again, and you stop solving problems. You say, because there's one answer. At that moment, no question hits. As we see, every question that comes up is going to be, so there must be one answer. I'm not going to veer off the book and solve every man's problem. That's low, bro. You're going to have to, when you see that, then you got to go, okay, so I am the way, I am the truth, I am the answer. There's one answer. Okay? And so what they did is Satan says, well, the word could mean this, it could mean that. But what if it meant what it fucking meant? Then what would happen? Like, what if it just was what it was? What if a Matata said, or the first jiu-jitsu guy said, it's leverage over force. It stayed leverage over force. Would jiu-jitsu look the way it does now? No. It was taken by the demon, so the soul of jiu-jitsu died. MMA beat it. And now you can't find jiu-jitsu. Isn't that amazing? So the devil takes the pure tech. What's his name? Helio Gracie. The weakest member of the Gracie family with a physical disease that the doctors can't heal. Watching the martial arts is revealed to him how he could find the leverage and timing to accomplish what his brothers, who are all MMA style fighters, he could accomplish that with minimal effort. He does it. In the process of doing that, his body is now fully healthy. Then he creates a diet called the Gracie diet. Exact. You don't eat this and this because the mixture, somehow he knows shit that no one knows about how things mix in the body and how it affects movement. He is now not only healed, he then puts out what's called the Gracie Challenge. This is the history of jiu-jitsu you learn here, or learned, or whatever. He then, that weak man in the family, he then puts out a challenge in all the newspapers, challenging every fighter of every style, even the heavyweight boxing champion of the world, to no holds barred fighting to prove the effectiveness of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, never to prove how strong Helio Gracie is. And the message went purely to America. The message that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is senior to all martial arts, and it was proven all the way until money came in. And one devil, someone in that family said, I will teach now the non-believer for money. There, and now today, everyone who's ever knows anything about jiu-jitsu knows the soul of jiu-jitsu is not in the same. The soul has been taken into what? Money and MMA, right? Now you do jiu-jitsu so that you could do MMA. You do jiu-jitsu, but you don't do jiu-jitsu, right? Judo, same thing. Spirit goes, and all these people are gentle. Aikido, they're all gentle. So Arash Dibazar would say, Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, gentle art, gentle way, the way of harmony and love. I would say these guys had it. See that? Yeah, it's true. Because as long as you're attacking, you must fear something. We know that. That's the story of Daniel when he turns away from the lions and looks at the light. He's put into these lions place, and then they want to eat him. See, that's that picture. He just turns on, looks at the light. The lions sit down. Right? Don't fight the lion. That's a temptation. That's the revolver at the end, right? Just you fear me. You fear me. Oh fuck. But in the elevator, there was a scene where they got. Watch carefully because we see that happen here. Ha ha! Still here. When it's not there, you'll know it's different. It may still be there, but you will be there all the time, and as the Holy Light and Spirit. So it can be there, but it runs from you when you go, what? Say you get behind it. You don't fight it. You just see it, and it goes. You go, bitch, boom. Nope, stop. And it doesn't fester the demon. It doesn't then go, yeah, it just, you know that was a demon. And it's immediately the light, your eyes are light. right? Boom, boom, boom. You see it, it goes. Whereas the other one, you look at it and well, if it's not that, but then there's a demon again. When your eyes are light, you live like this, and then you see the demon enters because we're in hell. You're in hell. If you were not in hell, there would be no demons around you. But everybody has a demon right now triggering something. It's amazing, right? Okay, what's up, man? Your turn.
SLW.
SSWV.
And then these guys on Zoom.
1 second.
They can't unmute here.
If they want to unmute there, if that's what we have next, let's go.
We got people on.
Let's go.
I'm here.
I have Paul that has one more question if you could call.
He was already on.
He was the one that just spoke. He said he had one more. He said he was gonna ask you, but he said the call ended.
SSWV came too.
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear
What's
me?
up, man? Go ahead. What's up?
Sorry. So, back to the question. How I can help like my girlfriend
Okay, so here's the thing,
emotional.
okay? Do you know that you're coming across as a woman to everybody or no?
That I'm coming across like a woman?
Yeah, like everybody who's watching you, all the women online right now think you're like a girl, not a man. Do you know that or not?
I didn't have that awareness, no, but
Were you on earlier when two other guys I did this with and they didn't know either? Did you see that or no?
no.
Oh, this happened earlier to two other guys and I unmuted, but right now I can't do it because I don't have the electricity here. So if I ask the girls online, all of them would agree that you're being a woman. And if they can type it and you guys can see it, go ahead. Huh?
Yeah.
Can you see it if they type it? I can't see it.
I don't know if they're still on the Zoom.
So, but based on my like expression, my
No. Based on your beingness, you're being a woman. It's obvious. And that's why you're suffering. Okay? Because you're being a girl. You know, I'm not on video.
Yeah, so say.
Okay? That's fine. No, but so anyways, that it's because of the way it's going now. I won't be able to show you what I showed earlier. Okay.
SLW, you could rejoin the Zoom because he'll take the call on the Zoom if you want to do that. Then we can.
You have to see what
Okay,
people.
okay.
You have to see other people say this, not me. And if I'm wrong, and if they all say that you're coming across as a woman, then you have to either face that as reality or not. Get call ended. So now I talk like this.
Did I call Paul one more time or?
Let's finish.
so I was raised with
Yes,
three
that's all
women,
done.
so that makes sense.
Okay, so bro, listen. Okay, I'm gonna ask the women online.
Oh, it's still streaming to the YouTube channel also. Okay. So I muted that, so it's good. We're good to talk.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the women online. Okay, they can now unmute and talk. We'll be able to hear them. Okay, Hannah, are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a man or a woman that was asking me a question? SWV.
Woman.
Oh, okay.
Woman.
Christina, are you listening?
Yes,
Is that a man or a woman that was asking me a question?
woman.
Okay, let's see. What other? Natalie, are you listening?
Yes,
Was that a man or a woman that was asking me a question?
woman.
Okay, Electra, are you listening?
Yes.
Was that a man or a woman asking me a question?
Woman.
Okay. Gabrielle, are you listening? That's a woman. Are you listening, Gabrielle? Done?
Yes.
Okay, was that a man or a woman asking me a question?
Woman.
Okay, and are you listening? There'll be so many girls one day and guys are gonna have to face the truth. And are you listening? Okay, we can't hear you. That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Oh, okay. Was that okay? Okay, and are you
Yes.
okay? Was that a man or a woman asking me a question?
A woman.
All right, back to you, bro. It's WV. Either they all lied and are just liars, or you are a woman to women. Okay, women think you're a woman, and you're having a problem with your woman, and your woman hates you because you know what women hate? Other women, and you know what they hate even more than that? Men who are male bodies but carrying a woman's soul. They use them and abuse them and destroy them emotionally, everything, as you look like you have been destroyed by a woman's soul. You're here to free your soul. Okay? That's why you're never going to get there, which is here. You want to be here. You want to be at peace. You want to have a beautiful woman. Everything you could possibly imagine and things you couldn't possibly imagine on anyone here, trust me, things you could not even imagine. I, as a Rosh Divas, experience with women that Hollywood can't even write, because Hollywood's the devil. They can't even imagine how paradise is so much better than that. It's not paradise. That's a pair of dice. Okay? And it's not heaven because that's a heathen. So we're not even talking about shit like that anymore. Everybody knows what it is. The kingdom.
So to give some context on my story, my father
Hold on. Before you do that, no matter what context you give me, these women see you as a woman. To move forward from there, you have to stop and look at what just happened and why you're being a woman. These women just said you come across as a woman. And now you want to explain the context. Now, let me put a big black man online. L. Roberts, are you listening? Unmute.
I am listening, yeah.
Well, what do you think about what I just said? If you as a man heard that, what do you think about that?
Well, just show acknowledgement first of what you just said.
What do you mean?
Well, four women come on and said that he's acting like a woman. So at least show acknowledgement of what you said before brushing it over to say what he needs to say next.
At least. How would you go over that? The point is, women see you as a woman. Now, whatever your reasons are, is actually totally not relevant. After you give your reasons, then they don't say to themselves, oh, I mistook that woman for a woman. They still see you as a woman explaining the reason why. Do you not get that? L. Roberts, that's it, mute. Do you not get that? Because this is why you've become stupid. Every man who has the soul of a woman is ignorant. Ignorance is sin. You're beyond stupid right now. If you want to handle your woman, which you called for, but other women who don't know you see you as a woman, explain to me how you could possibly do that with another woman if you're a woman yourself. You're a lesbian relationship with her. She's not under you because you don't know there's a God. Really? Yes, that's how you sit here. That's how you sit here. You're a godless man and a gutless man. They're the same thing. You're a coward and you know it. You have fears in your heart. You have ideas, things that you would never want her to know or anybody else. So you hold yourself like a coward. Now, even if you had giant muscles, they're going to come. Let me show you what bitches they are. The point is, your soul is taken by evil. That's why you suffer. Suffering is evil. They should never show somebody suffering and then becoming a hero. Jesus never suffered. Not one time did he display any sort of emotion that a suffering man would suffer. He never got depressed. He never got fucking sad. He never cried about it. What the fuck is suffering about? So you guys think you have to suffer to become strong? No. You have to become strong so you never suffer again. But to become strong, you're going to have to go through real suffering. You're not suffering right now. You don't even know that women hate you. That no matter what you do to try to get them, they're going to hate you even more. Even more. They despise you. They'll use you and abuse you. And then you'll be another dirty old man that we see in Vegas. Led by lust into a life where he looks depraved of energy. He'll say things like, I'm not 60 yet, I'm 59. He'll start bickering about the number on his age body and be like, it's not polite to ask. Shut the fuck up, you fucking flesh-eating demon. You fuck. Your spirit. You as a man have no anxieties, zero. You as a man have zero fears. I am fearless, completely. If you don't believe it, come around. Fearless. And then some devil would say, what if a lion jumped in front of you? I would move. You wouldn't be afraid. My body would feel the fear you have. But no, I wouldn't be afraid the way you would be. If it's God's will, so be it. Let's go. I got to die somewhere. I guess this is it, right? But he also gave me the power to fight back. So I'll do what I can. If it eats me, it eats me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, if every fighter that ever fought had true this vision, you would see a different type of fighter in the world. That fighter would have the light. Right now, Ryan Garcia has it. When he won, he didn't even care. Watch that guy, right? So when you see the light, so you need the light, all right? And you're in the darkness. And so any answer you seek is the darkness seeking more darkness, because when you hear the truth, this is it now. Nobody could argue with what I said right now online, bro. You're the only one that can actually argue with it right now, which is interesting. The only person who would have any doubts about what I just said to you is you. And
No,
I find that
I'm
fascinating.
not arguing, so
Not arguing, but any
you made
doubts,
that
like,
observation based on something, right? So what the things that I need to change to get different
Good.
observation?
Next step. The next step is whoever brought you here, talk to him, because it's not going to be easy. I'm not using words evil and ignorant and things like that lightly. They have exact meanings, okay? Only liberals don't have meanings for words. That's why they're destroying the world, right? And so they use the word liberal. You see how the Satan works? We're liberals. We're free. We're free to fucking think what we want and be what we want, as if there's no morals. And then everyone's a god. And then there's 30,000 gods. And if you are a pedophile, you can find a god for pedophiles. I guarantee you. I guarantee you there's a god for everywhere. Google it right now. Ha, that's funny. That's fucking funny, right? There's a god of murderers. There's a god of fucking gamblers. That god damn is the definition of that one. That's God damned. God is damned in that moment. When there's any other god of any god, the fucking thing. And if Hindus had the answer, they wouldn't be suffering like that. And the ones that have had the answer, they pointed to yoga, union. One. They didn't even say there was 10,000 gods. They said they were all under one God again. That's the one light that's coming through here. And you're suffering, and so is every other man on earth. And that's the New Testament. So whoever brought you here, that's the person who will minister to you. Okay? It was nice talking, bro. I have love for you, you know? It's the truth.
Not bad.
Thank you.
It's hard for them to believe that sometimes.
We have
Gotta
Kahala.
tell them it's the truth.
Kahala, you're next. Sultan Barak Kahala from Instagram.
He told me about it. Okay.
Yo.
We always feel so cool throwing things and catching things with guys, right? For a moment, we all become football players. Yeah. I literally just became a football player. Did you become a quarterback? Or it's always the receiver right there. So tell him out of the way. He's going to watch the pass. All of us play football when we throw something over a certain distance. Even if you don't play football, it's like in your soul. Yeah, what's up?
It was good. Basically, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been listening to you for a little bit, about like 3 months, 4 months. I've been following you on Instagram.
Nice.
And I've been thinking you preaching the truth here. And I have a hard time, for some reason, over my entire life.
I missed the word you said. I'm preaching what?
I said you're preaching the truth.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes. So I have a really hard time understanding and being able to connect to like the vision of God, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, that's the only like really tough part that I'm having in my self-development.
Exactly.
And my growth, you could say,
Exactly.
over my course of my life. I'm 20 years old. But ever since I was little, I was not taken care of, and I had to take care of myself, and I had to like go through all this mental situations to make me into who I am right now.
I'm gonna ask you a question. How old were you where you measured, I now have to take care of myself? Everybody listen.
I was about 13 or 14 years old when my
When
little
you
brother
started
was,
taking care of yourself, right?
yes. My
Okay, I would
little
like
brother who
everyone
was
to
7 years
just
younger than me.
listen to these words that the devil uses because you're very clean, my brother. Okay, so let me show you where the hidden words are for you. Okay, we're gonna do an experiment. You're 20 years old now, and at 13 he started to take care of himself. Did you know that it's not possible for a 13-year-old to take care of himself?
Correct.
You would know nothing to take care of yourself. Somebody was taking care of you, but it wasn't mom and dad or somebody. No 13-year-old can take care of himself. God took care of you for sure. And you got yourself here to now speak about it. That's the first thing. The second thing is every time I said exactly, those are the words of the devil. Okay. So let me go back to this sentences you use. Okay. These are the sentences that the devil sentenced your soul with. And I could pick up exact words that he changed you with. Okay. So you said on my personal growth, right? So I would like to know, since you were born, what you've done to grow any part of your body or mind, even though you were under the illusion, you read a book and you grew. If that was true, everybody reading that book would also grow. It wasn't the book, right? What have you done to increase your own growth in any shape, way, or form? Even when you ate a food, did you grow your body? What has been your involvement so far in 20 years in any sort of growth for you? That would make sense to me. How did you grow any part of you? You didn't. So
After hearing you speak and hearing you pointed that out,
it's true. I'm sure you know the truth. I'm going to show you the words. Okay, it's called sacred syntax. It's to you've been sentenced to hell. I'm going to release you, give you a new lease, but not to me, to the truth. Okay, that's because I'm leased there. That's the sheet basically, right? So the growth, personal growth. Then you said, whatever it was another fucking one. There was 3 words in there that would assume that you had some sort of personal involvement in it, just like growth. And I know that's not true because I don't know how I got here. I don't know how we're even talking, right? And I just don't know any of that shit. So the delusion is that. Okay. Oh, there it is. That's the one. You started with it. You said, I have a hard time connecting to here we go, the vision of God. You remember the word television? Okay. It's in there too, right? And your vision, you have to check your eyesight to see, to have better vision. How good is your vision? That's not vision. That is not vision. That's division. That's a division. That's 2 eyeballs, 2 sides. Okay. It's a division. Vision of God doesn't exist. Then God would be a vision. And I have no idea what he looks like. And anybody coming and telling us, well, imagine a golden light now, right? Or God has angel wings. Well, and where did you get that idea from, Satan? Where did you find out when you looked up at the stars that you would know the creator has a look? Maybe he looks like you. Oh, he's built in your image. Physical image? Yeah? Then, all right, who created the bug? What image is that? Come on, man. You got to stay consistent to me with logic. Nothing you're saying makes sense. They're just words, right? There's no vision of God. And that's why you have a hard time connecting to the vision of God, because Satan says, you're not really connecting. It's not, there's a no doingness at all. No doingness. No doingness. You can't do anything to get with God. You've been doing things to get away from God. Every doing you did, you got away from God. So if you go back to Hermes, that's another man who had the light, the same Holy Spirit. Every time he comes around, he speaks the same truth in the language of the time so that the men of the time can hear it. That's why he said, don't allow women to speak at your churches and temples. Did you know that? That's Christ. Did you know that, Hosea? Women are not supposed to speak in churches. It's okay. Find the reference, please. Look it up in the Bible. Hold on. Let's not move any forward from here. Can't be saying shit like that with this much truth and make it up. What's the Bible passage? Do not let a woman speak in the church, and don't let her get the truth anywhere besides her husband.
It's 1 Corinthians.
Okay, read it out loud. Listen. Out loud.
It says, women should remain silent in the churches. Shh. They are not allowed to speak, but must be in submission as the law says. If they want to inquire about something, they should ask their own husbands at home, For it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church.
Whoa, politically motherfucking incorrect God is. Because there's just correct or not correct. What's politically correct? What does that word mean? Does that mean that something that's correct in this field is incorrect and it can't be correct? Truth is one. That's why women shouldn't speak. And that's why any woman who is listening to me cannot claim that she has a man. Not acknowledged here. And that's why my own friends, women, are not here. And if they are, it's not their women. We all know this. And if the woman comes, she comes with her man to the church and still gets the truth from her husband. Why? If the church remains silent, it would be a big violation if one of their girlfriends came and sat here and then spoke at that moment. Them sitting here wouldn't be a violation of anything if they were in submission, as it says. He would know it, I would know it, you would know it, God would know it. She couldn't get away with a real preacher. But the only way she can be there. And then after I finished talking, she would have to turn to you and get the truth from you later. You see that now, welcome to having healthy relationships, planet Earth. It's in the book. Now, I would like to know why no preacher of Christianity is pushing that right now. And why is there women preachers? If that's what it says, and unless you can find another reference that says women should open her trap somewhere where the Lord is, right? Unless you could find it, then just understand how important this person's job is and you testifying. It's in there. How come you don't know that? Why is the only woman telling you the truth? The woman gets the truth from her husband. But you're not married to her. Uh-oh. You're just fucking her. And doing things to fuck her, but not marry her. When you marry her, man and woman go become one. There it is. So if you want to claim that, as I do, woman, shut the fuck up when we're here. Or don't come around. Because man and woman in a Rashdi Bazaar in what he calls girlfriend relationship is one. And some of those, he hasn't even had, one of them he hasn't even had sex with. But he considers that's his girlfriend. Why? Because that union, now there's a demand of obey. No matter what. No matter what. And if she violates that, it's done. But we don't have to have sex for her to submit. She already has sex with other men. Okay? Anyways, that's awesome. What do you think, bro? Halala.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you had it. I don't know what to say. I'm processing.
That's it. It blows your mind. Truth blows your mind. The lies add more to it. Now, it's the same. You got all that truth. Nothing changes in that truth what I'm about to say. Everything I do, you can do and even greater. You just don't have faith.
Speak your truth.
That's what he says, and I'm telling you the same thing exactly. So what you experience, you also can do even greater. And you're supposed to. If you're supposed to.
I appreciate your presence.
If you're chosen. And if you're chosen, you're God's children. And you know it. And then somebody else, a big bro like Jesus has to come around. And then another big bro has to come around, a Rosh now or whoever, and has to then tell you, hey man, you know. And you know, you see also Trump points to Jesus the whole time. Right? It's just it's in the gospel. We were listening to it yesterday. The light will be in different tongues to different people with different gifts, right? So he is also in his life 100% consistent with the testament of Christ. That's why he can't be hurt, right? But for him, he shouldn't talk about multiple women. That would be a violation of a man who's a president. I would, as a Rosh Hashanah, never run for president. What the fuck? advisor on the side as a friend, right? So the vessel, the cleaner the vessel, the deeper the dive. The vessel is prepared. Now, ready? That's the cross you bear. And when you bear it the way he did, then you have this, whatever this is for you. Then you know your work. You don't have to plan a career, college, and you'll be taken care of, as it was testified earlier by one of the guys here. He made more money in 6 days. Listen. He made more money in 6 days than he's made in a month before working. But he also made so much money this time. How much more money did he make that we didn't measure? I just measured it. You know how much more money than you made? You didn't make, your paycheck was, let's say 2 and you got 2.7. That's not what you made. You made 6. He made so much that he paid everybody else. You get it? You took from what you made that share because you knew that was the right share, the righteous. In fact, it was so righteous it felt good to get it. But you made that much. And before you made nothing. And you were paid. You made this much. In fact, you made so much that after you paid everybody more than they were ever paid in a month, you took more than what a company would have paid you in 1 month. In 1 month, you made it in 6 days. So when it's done right, it's like this. That's the stats of God. It doesn't compare, right? It's like comparing the Egyptian pyramids to the next planet, right? One who has the light and preaches it is like a planet next to Egyptian pyramid. But you don't see it because everybody's building pyramids with bullshit. So then, in that same light, Arash Divas life with women, which includes relationship with your mother and father, earthly, and father that way. That has to align 100%. We saw that Jesus had a certain relationship with his mother and father. Remember that? That has to become you. Christ consciousness. Arash Divas, as testified by them and his own parents, has the exact same relationship with his mother and father. On everything. I invited them to be on any day. Any day. Isn't that amazing? Then the way he was with the prostitutes, remember? Remember how Jesus was with prostitutes? Yes. Arash Divas is like that with the prostitutes. But without the constraint of someone holding his dick. Because if anybody could hold his dick, he wouldn't be able to preach this shit. It makes sense. But he's the same way Jesus is with prostitutes. And all women are prostitutes.
You're making me respect things a whole lot differently than I was beforehand.
Yeah, because God is respect, all those qualities, and they are 100%. You've been being disrespectful and a sinner, and that's why you're suffering. And that's why this is the way. So it's not going to be in a day that you got to go through hell. You don't know what hell is yet, okay? Hell is a real word with a real condition that's worse than the fire they show you. That's easy. That's not, come on, man. If hell is like that, it ain't that bad. There you go. Let there be light. You see how it works? It's called synchronicity. All the lights came on, but it's all around us because the Father speaks in synchronicities. That's why you're not supposed to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You're not supposed to have plans, plots, any ideas, nothing. Natural man, be faith. Don't look over your shoulder when you walk down the street. Don't
You're
lock your
saying
doors.
be in the moment. Yeah.
I'm saying have faith. Now, don't not lock your doors to show you have faith. That's Satan again. Just don't worry about it. Pure non-attachment. Don't not lift weights. Do what you do with no attachment to it. Keep your mind on the truth, your heart on the truth, your mind, body, everything on the truth. God, then do everything the way Jesus did everything. He did everything. He did a bunch of shit, even fish. Right? Cooked and cleaned and washed feet, make bread, served wine, did all kinds of shit, right? But he just did it without attachment. Right? And then when he was eating at the Sabbath and they try to make him wrong, why are you eating a Sabbath? He's like, is Sabbath made for man or man made for Sabbath? Like, are you attached to that? What do you mean? I'm doing the right thing. These people are hungry, we're eating. Now you're gonna tell me it's not Sabbath? Huh. All right, demon. You go on your way. Right? And when you speak the truth like that, the demon has no answer. So it runs, or it shows another face, and then everyone sees like, oh wow, you're a sneaky son of a bitch, huh? You son of a bitch. Which is exactly who you are when you just do everything to have sex with her. So you have to remove lust. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's the only way I know. You have to be here in Vegas for me to show you how to do that. Otherwise, it's in the book. But if you're here, it's been revealed to us an exact way for a man to remove his lust. The men here are less lustful than you, so they're less controlled by a woman than you. But not all of them. A few of them are just dirty little fucks in here. And we let them suffer in their hell. And I show everybody that they have the answer over and over and over again. Right? And it's obvious. Right? You don't want to be in that team. That fucking sucks. So you've been doing that, not knowing you're doing that, and that's why Satan's a deceiver, and that's why he's the greatest player in the world, and that's why you should never, ever fight darkness, because it wins. You have to know what the light is, sit back, and let God or the angels do their work. And if you don't believe in angels, then you said you've been watching me for 3 months. There's people here that have known me for 15 years, another one 18 years online. And my life is exactly set up for this to happen. And there's no way I could have ever planned it as Rosh Hashanah. Nothing. There's no way. The math ain't mathing. And when the maths in that way, it's Satan. When you know how you created it, when you know how you did it, that math ain't mathing in the truth. If you figured it out, you got it wrong. How's that? The code is you don't know. As the truth, you get that there's absolutely no way you had any possible will in your life to be where you are or have the conditions you have. Yet you're trying to master your will to get out of it. But you could be 40 or 80 or 100. You would know that you failed miserably applying your will to change your life or anything in it. Right? So you start to have superstitious thoughts and go worship different gods and do rituals and incense and wear jewelry and anything the fuck you could fucking do to try to recreate that synchronicity, which became coincidence because you started using double. So you started looking for coincidences, whereas you could live in synchronicity, which is to be in the flow of the water, Lao Tzu, right? No plans, okay? No thoughts, no emotions. How are you going to do that? It's called be as innocent as a child. That's the only way through, okay? All right, see you guys soon. Awesome. When's the next time we see? 5.